Hello, I'm Jahan Colberth, Director of Government Affairs for Council for Higher Education Accreditation, or CHEA. We're doing a series of short videos on CHEA's formation, development, and future. I'm here with Judith Eaton, CHEA's President Emeritus. I'd like to ask her about how CHEA was formed, how she came to be CHEA's first president, and when CHEA first began recognizing accrediting organizations. So hello, Judith, and thank you for being here today.
Hello, Jahan. I'm delighted to be with you.
Great. So let's talk about how and why CHEA was first formed.
CHEA was first formed in the mid-1990s, and it was formed amidst an enormous amount of controversy about accreditation, and specifically whether accreditation needed a national coordinating body of any kind. The prior organization, the Council on Post-Secondary Accreditation, went out of business, and that was because of a loss of confidence on the part of the academic community in the work it had done. So it was neither easy nor straightforward to establish CHEA. However, it was done. Most important, it was done by college and university presidents because they perceived a need for some kind of national coordinating body for accreditation in the United States. Self-regulation of academic quality in higher education had been central to our thinking, as we all know, and people saw accreditation as key to preserving self-regulation and academic independence.
Oh, fantastic. How did you become CHEA's first president?
I got a phone call one day from a search consultant. It was one of the very few times in my life when a search consultant actually reached out to me. Usually I went after jobs in my life. I was then chancellor of the Minnesota State Colleges and Universities, has a slightly different name these days. And my first reaction is, I don't want to do that. But then I talked to the search consultant and I said, this is a hell of an opportunity. And the search continued, and I was fortunate enough to be selected by the board of directors of CHEA. I think that I was the chief executive officer and had been in the past was really critical to their thinking about hiring me.
How did CHEA's creation influence and enhance policy development on accreditation-related issues?
I think we started three things that established that influence and worked toward enhancing policy development. One, we made a conscious strategic decision to focus on policy and issues for CHEA. We didn't have to go there. We could have said we're going to focus, for example, on practice, accreditation practice, as our predecessor organization had done. Second, we saw that there was space for a national voice for accreditation. We have lots of accrediting organizations here in the United States, but the only organization charged with a national responsibility was CHEA. So we wanted to have that voice. We also decided that it was important strategically to become an information repository. That is, national level data about U.S. accreditation, what it did, how it worked, what were the issues, where it was going to be going.
When and why did CHEA begin recognizing accrediting organizations?
It was made very clear to us at the beginning that the function of recognition, scrutinizing, accrediting organizations for their quality and effectiveness was central to preserving credibility in self-regulation. The institutions wanted that, the accreditors wanted that to take place. So we went to work developing a new, what is called a recognition policy, and this was initiated Jahan, before I got here. There was a task force, accreditors, governing board members, institutional presidents, to how do we want to scrutinize the quality of the accreditors themselves. That work was completed in 1999, 2 years after we really got started. completed through approval by the board of directors, and we started recognizing accrediting organizations in 2000. I remember well sitting in my office with our vice president for recognition services, and it was the day we were sending out invitations to accrediting organizations, institutional and programmatic, and saying, come be recognized by CHEA. And I said, is anybody gonna answer us? You know, now, of course, CHEA recognizes 60 institutional and programmatic accreditors, and our recognition has become an acknowledged force in U.S. accreditation and quality assurance.
How does that recognition differ than COPA or CORPA?
CHEA recognition by design was and is less granular, less explicit. CHEA looks less at process. The standards are more synthetic, aspirational. It's about advancing academic quality. It's about promoting accountability. We want evidence in the recognition policy that that is what you're doing. We're less concerned, candidly, with how you are doing it. So the aspirational dimension, not so much focused on, gee, day to day, how many boxes do you tick?
How is CHEA recognition different than the Department of Education recognition?
Well, the difference is similar in some ways to what I just said about COPA CORPA versus CHEA, with an additional proviso. The Department of Education and the federal government is interested in reviewing accrediting organizations to assure that they are reliable authorities on educational quality for purposes of use of federal money. So that financial focus is core to federal recognition. That was never part of CHEA's concern. CHEA's concern was always academic.
Thank you, Judith. And for more information on higher education, quality, and accreditation, visit the CHEA website at chea.org. Our website is Accreditation Central.